What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to your video. Today, I'm doing race picks for the 2024 Wurth 400. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series has a Dover International or Dover Motor Speedway, also known as the Monster Mile. The last time we ran at Dover, we saw Mark Truex Jr. pick up his first win of the 2023 season and an almost 2-year winless streak. He's looking to pick up his first win of 2024 this weekend at Dover. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend is looking extremely promising. It's going to be 79 degrees at high with 60 degrees at the low with only a 10% chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. Going to be some pretty good weather if you're headed out to Dover this weekend at Dover. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks work on the channel. I usually do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend. I've been on a little bit of a bad streak recently where I just don't think we'll have a good run this weekend. I do 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers I expect on really good underfront or coming who will need a good run this weekend. And I do my winner's pick, the driver thinks going to win the race overall. And then I usually do 5 drivers you need to watch out for the Cup Series. For Xfinity trucks, I usually do 4 drivers. For the Cup Series, I usually do 5 drivers you need to watch out for. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the Wurth 400 at Dover? My first suck pick for this weekend at Dover is a driver of the 8 car for Richard Schultz Racing, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch, for the most part, so far in 2024, has really struggled. He's currently below the cutoff line, and the 8 team has been extremely inconsistent. While they've been a lot better on pit road, they have not been finishing up front very, very consistently. And sadly, I don't think that Kyle Busch is going to have a good run. I think he's going to struggle for the most part this weekend. And sadly, I don't expect the 8 team to show any good pace or speed. I think that Kyle Busch is sadly going to struggle this weekend at Dover and finish near the bottom of the field, sadly. My second suck pick for this weekend at Dover is a driver of the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell has been very inconsistent. While he's had a lot of really good runs and does have a win coming at the other mile track known as Phoenix, he really has struggled the last 2 weeks. In fact, I think the last 3 consecutive races, he has finished outside the top 30. And I don't think the luck is going to turn around anytime soon. It seems like he's been the weakest driver times at JGR so far in 2024. And unfortunately, the inconsistency, I think, is going to continue, sadly, this weekend at Dover. I think he's going to struggle kind of a bit, and I don't think he's going to have a very good and strong run. I think he will struggle more than likely this weekend at Dover International Speedway. And now we're going ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the Wurth 400. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Dover is a driver of the 6 car for RFK Racing, Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski's been really strong the last couple weeks. In fact, the last 2 straight races, he has finished in the runner-up position. The last time an RFK car did that was when Carl Levers drove for the team back in 2011, where he finished runner-up at Phoenix and a runner-up at Homestead. I think that Brad Keselowski's been pretty good at this track. I think he's won here a couple times in the past. And I do think that Brad Keselowski is going to be a threat to maybe get another top 5 or maybe a top 10. He's been a little quiet at times, but he's had a lot of top 10 and top 5 finishes. We'll see if Brad Keselowski can continue on momentum and have a really great run this weekend at Dover. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Dover is a driver of the 23 car for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace had a really good streak going for the last 2 weeks, but unfortunately Talladega did not go so well for him. Luckily for Bubba Wallace, he's been pretty good, at least in the Xfinity Series for sure, but he's had some decent runs here in the Cup Series as well. And 2311 Racing has got a lot of momentum as they won last week of Michael Jordan in attendance with Tyler Reddick being there to get the win. I think that Bubba Wallace is going to have a good chance and opportunity. Also, Air Force is teaming up, which I think is really exciting. I think that Bubba Wallace will have a really good chance and opportunity to maybe get a top 10 this weekend at Dover International Raceway. And now we'll go ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the Wurth 400. Who is my winner's pick? The last few years, Chevrolet, outside of last year's race, the Chevys and the Hendrick cars have won quite a bit here. And Hendrick has been the team to beat so far in 2024. And I think that trend is going to continue this year. The driver I'm picking to win this weekend at Dover is the driver of the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson historically has been amazing at this racetrack. He should have won this race in 2021, had the dominant car. Could have won this race in 2019. Could have won this race in 2018. Was really faster in 15 and 16. I think Kyle Larson is going to get his second win of the year. The 5-team's been one of the most consistent. They were the strongest car at points at the beginning of the race last year. Just got crashed out by Ross Chastain. I think Kyle Larson goes to victory lane and gets the second win of 2024 this weekend at Dover. And now we're going ahead and jump onto the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Dover. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver to watch out for this weekend at Dover is a driver of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott has had a bounce back year so far in 2024. And Chase Elliott historically has been good at this track as he has won here twice in his Cup Series career. On top of that, as well, in every single race so far this year, I believe Chase Elliott has finished inside the top 20. I think Chase Elliott's going to have a really strong chance and a really good opportunity to get it done. It would not surprise or shock me if Chase Elliott does get win number 2 of 2024 this weekend at Dover. The second driver to watch out for this weekend at Dover is the driver of 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. William Byron has been extremely consistent the last couple of races, and he's still the winningest driver so far this season. We have struggled at times at Dover in the past. I think that William Byron is going to be up front contending for the win and the victory. He's been really strong. Rudy Fugl's made some really good strategy calls. I think that William Byron is going to be a threat at contender. He's been solid at this track at times. I think William Byron will have a very strong and great run this weekend at Dover National Speedway in the number 24 car. The third driver to watch out for this weekend at Dover is a driver of the 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Martin Truex Jr. Martin Truex Jr. has been amazing at his home track. I think he has won at this track 4 times now, if I'm not mistaken. And Martin Truex Jr. has led a ton of laps. I think he's led this track more than any other track in his career. And Martin Truex Jr., of course, won the last time we were here. I think that Martin Truex Jr. is going to have a really good chance and opportunity. It would not surprise or shock me if he does have a great chance and a potential opportunity to go to victory lane this weekend. I think he will be a threat for the win this weekend at Dover. The fourth driver to watch out for this weekend at Dover is a driver of the 48 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman historically has been really good at this racetrack. In 2021, of course, he won and had one arguably the fastest cars in 2022. Sadly, did not get to race in 2023 due to his injury. I do think that he is going to be a threat for the win. Alex Bowman's had a lot of great runs. He's had a lot of top 5s and a lot of top 10s. And I feel like Alex Bowman is on the comeback trail in the 2024 season. I think he's going to have a good chance and opportunity. And it would not surprise or shock me if Alex Bowman does, in fact, get win number 1 of 2024 this weekend. And the fifth final driver I think you should watch out for this weekend at Dover is the driver of the 1 car for Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain has been really strong the last couple times we've been here. He was one of the fastest cars in 2022 and was really great here in 2023. I think Ross Chastain is going to have a really good chance to get win number 1 of the season. I don't think Trackhouse has been as strong as previous years, but I do think that we're going to see Ross Chastain have a very solid and consistent run this weekend in the number 1 car. I think that he'll have a good chance and opportunity to win this weekend at Dover. So, those are my race picks for the 2024 Wurth 400. Just a reminder, my sec picks are Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell. My underdog picks are Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace. My winner's pick is Kyle Larson. And the ones to watch out for, Chase Elliott, William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Alex Bowman, and Ross Chastain. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the race picks video for the 2024 Wurth 400 at Dover. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications on so you can be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support our Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your picks below for this weekend at Dover. Let me know your suck picks, let me know your underdog picks, let me know your winner's pick, and let me know drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Dover. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Later today on the channel, I'm going to have the Cup Series and NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. Then tomorrow on the channel, I'm going to have 2025 NASCAR Cup Series schedule predictions. And then I'm also likely to have the paint scheme video dropping. Then on Friday, if there's enough news to cover throughout the rest of the week, we should have a NASCAR news video. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. And I'll see you guys next time for more awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.